With the new Life and Death expansion pack coming soon, my aspiring Grim Reapers are going to need the perfect home base. Hi, my name is Manda, welcome back. Today we're diving into a renovation of a Victorian style shelf from my gallery, transforming it into a beautifully run-down overgrown estate that's just waiting to be haunted. We'll leave the inside empty for now, ready to be decorated once the expansion comes out. This lot is going to be set with the Scare Seeker lot trait, and it will be haunted. For this part of the build, I am going to go through the house and make everything a little bit darker and more worn. I'm using wood tones and different shades of brown and black. The house may not have been brown or black originally, but with time and with wear and tear, everything has kind of darkened with age. Watching this back, I know I changed that column to brown and I have no idea why it turned back to white. I guess this house might actually be haunted. By adding in vines, I'm just making it look overgrown. I'm using these shutters to make the windows look boarded up. I plan to have most of the windows boarded and then some of the windows half boarded. We're layering the papers and the grime on top of the welcome mat, and then just also adding stacks of junk all over the place to make it look like things have been piling up for a long time. And I'm merging this spooky skeleton into the window. I think he makes it look rather haunted. I'm using a lot of items from the new Artist Studio kit for this little area. They fit in really nicely and I love it. I'm also adding this little baseball bat. All of the new expansions have been huge hits for me. I use the Love Struck items in the dating app every single time I play. Even the new kits seem to be working better together and getting more cohesive color-wise. I've only been playing The Sims 4 for about a year now, so I'm curious to know your thoughts. Do you agree that things seem to be improving with The Sims in general lately, or do you think the team needs to slow down and focus on bug fixes? In the debug menu, I am grabbing trash and adding that everywhere. And then I'm adding just little details all over the place to make it look realistic. And then I decided to change the lot that we had it on just to make it look a little bit more spooky. Moonwood Mill is a perfect location for this. I'm picturing the lot to be super overgrown with a bunch of different types of trees, so I'm using the terrain paint to make it look even more dead and worn. I love the way this fence from the debug menu can be used to board up doorways and windows. Your sim can also walk through it so it's still playable. I am so excited for this expansion pack. I love the idea of playing as a ghost, but I am even more excited for proper funerals and the different aspects of grieving. I have built a full cemetery before and I can't wait to upgrade it and make it playable. There are so many new gravestones that are going to make my cemetery look so much more realistic. All of the new gameplay aspects will really enrich day-to-day play, and I think that's so important with how burnt out people are getting. Now I'm adding in a chain link fence with trash and bushes growing through it. And once I found this grass, it was over for me. I needed to add it everywhere. I'm finishing off the fence with some broken pieces to make it kind of blend out into the scenery. And then I'm adding little details like mushrooms and weeds to make it look more overgrown. Changing the colors of the flowers to add in more greenery makes it look less vibrant and alive and just more full and overgrown. I knew I wanted to use this RV camper, but I didn't like how clean it looked, so I merged some graffiti and bushes into it, and I think this turned out perfectly. I don't personally use CC or mods. Honestly, I don't have the space on my PC, and I know I would hyperfixate on getting literally all of them, so when the new expansions come out, I get really excited. I think eventually I will venture into mods and CC, but for now the pacing of the expansion releases has been just enough. For the back of the house, I'm keeping it a little bit less overgrown and more patchy and sparse. We have some chopped down trees and logs to be used for the eventual fire pit. Almost every square inch of the exterior of this house needed to have some grime and some wear and tear on it. Adding in holes and cobwebs really completed this look. I'm changing out the shed for the one that's open just so that we can add more details that can be seen. Whenever I drive down the road and see an old rundown house with bushes growing up the walls and chip paint, I can't help but to stop and take a picture. There's something so beautiful about these places. I always wonder about the stories they hold, who lived there, why it was abandoned, and what memories are hidden in the walls. It's a little hobby of mine to capture these forgotten homes, and I think that's why I love recreating them in The Sims. My own house, being over 100 years old, has that same sense of history, but in a more personal way. It's not abandoned or overgrown, but you can feel the age in every creak of the floor and the way the wood has worn over time. I love the quirks like the uneven stairs and the little imperfections that tell you it's been lived in for generations. Some of the closets have original wallpaper. There's something really grounding about living in a place with so much character. It's definitely different from the houses I take photos of, or even build in The Sims, but the charm is still there, just in a more well-loved, lived-in way. I know it seems ridiculous, but I feel like I'm actually caring for my home every time I clean it, or fix something, or scrub away the wear. It's like tending to something alive, preserving all of its history that's soaked into the walls over the years. Every repair feels like I'm giving it a little more life, like I'm honoring the people who lived there before me. Stories and lives that existed before I ever did. Anyway, we're coming to the end of this build. I'm so excited to decorate the inside once the expansion comes out. If you would like this house for your own game, all of the details will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the vibes here, please consider subscribing. I have a goal of getting to 500 subs by the end of the year, and we are just about there. Okay, bye!
With Aloy, Buravan too!